These kind of the roads are the reason why I don't prefer saddlebags. Oh no. Freezing cold. Back on very narrow roads again. The mountains are beautiful. The snow on the mountains. Let me just stand up here. I can't look that way and ride all at the same time. So I better keep my eyes on the road. These are very narrow roads again. One of the reasons why I don't prefer saddlebags is roads like this. So the moment you have saddlebags, you have a large footprint. You have a large, you take up a lot of space on the road. And I have had a bad experience with saddlebags. So after that, I don't use them at all. But they're much more convenient for sure. But when putting a box, putting a bag on the back is slightly inconvenient. And not only the inconvenience, it is also becomes a little unwieldy. But still, it is better that way, simply because when you're on roads like this and you need to maneuver, if you have saddlebags, it becomes more of a problem. Here, I think the right of way is you're supposed to pull over into the passing place when you see a vehicle that's coming at you. So if the passing place on the left, you're supposed to pull over. And if the passing place on the right, that other person will pull over. So that's how it works. Now here I am supposed to pull over, but there he is supposed to pull over. Oh, we're on 2 lanes now. Good. I don't know for how long. Oops, back again on 1 single lane. But beautiful roads. I'm going very slowly to take all this in. There are little streams all over. They're just winding their way around. And the mountains are breathtaking. Breathtaking. There's just nobody on these roads. It's very lonely. There's a car at last. I have to pull over. So, I've seen that there are not very many Japanese cars here in Scotland. I was looking on the motorways and I didn't see as many as you see everywhere else, especially in the UAE. I wonder why. Most of the cars are European. The brands would be Peugeot. Oh, there, now what? I have to stop, I think. Okay, I'll pull over. Right. That's how it's done. This is only a 50-mile ride, but it'll take at least 2 hours because the roads are narrow and you have to go quite slow. Not that I'm in any hurry. I'd rather go slow through these places. There's a food van that claims that it's a delicious food van. See? Street kitchen. So why not just stop and find out what he's got?
Thank you. There you go. Enjoy. Thank you very much.
Hello. Oh, I'll just park the bike and come along. I'll park the bike and come up. He's got soups and stuff. I just saw what he's got. So he's got curried red lentil soup, fish and chips, roll, spicy chicken burger, homemade beef burger. I'll drink the soup, please.
Curry lentil soup.
Yes, please. Thank you. Let's drink some hot soup. The weather calls for it. I'm on the coastal road to Applecross, a narrow winding road. Surprisingly, a few camper vans also come up this way, big ones. So it's, if you meet them at the wrong place, you get into trouble. The road is getting narrow, and the surface is also very poor. Oh no! Oh, that was not very nice. It's a big truck. When you have saddlebags, then the vehicle becomes much more broader, and you have very little room to maneuver when you trying to work yourself through narrow spaces. And sometimes when they stick out, you don't know how much they stick out, so you can make a mistake and then bang into something. And one tap on the saddlebag onto something is good enough to topple you over. Oh boy, somebody is doing some work on the roads. Just stopped here to admire the view and try a drone flight. Seems like a great place to pull the drone out. Saw some fish farms over there. There you can see in that distance there. Those are fish farms. The conditions also good. It's not windy, and this side of the hill keeps the wind away a little bit this side, so it should be okay. I'll try not to lift it too high. Get a load of this. Just turned around this corner and suddenly the whole place opened up, and I can see the road that we're going on. That's the one we're going to take all the way. It looks like it's going to climb into the mountains there. Beautiful. I should have got the drone out here somewhere. We wasted a lot of time in the other place. Setting it up is taking a lot of time. That's the problem. And we were flying it from the middle of the road because there's nobody around. Wow! Spectacular scenery. I'm going to park here and see whether we can do something in the drone here. I think that should be 360 degrees, water all around, and mountains in the background. Looks like some kind of a poster. colors are amazing. There's different kinds of blues. There's the blue of the water, there's the blue of the hills in the sky. Everything is looking blue. It's like you put a filter there. And there's a white of the snow in between. Nice of this gentleman to stop for me. Thank you. I don't know whether this is public land or this is private land. There's a lot of places when we were in the village earlier, I found that they were barricaded and they were leading to houses, to private property. So that means that it is not public land and it is privately owned, and it goes all the way down to the beach. Very sparsely populated. There's hardly any houses around. Just the odd ones scattered here and there. And this says this vital filling station belongs to a community, is run by volunteers and a not-for-profit. So this is the first not-for-profit petrol station that I've seen, so I'm really pleased. And it's quite cheap also. It's $165. For comparing to how remote this place is and what it would normally have cost, I'm surprised. So it's $165. So let me do that. Here is a history of this place in pictures. This petrol station, wonder which year that is. Looks like the 70s from his bell bottoms. Applecross filling station. Okay, let's fill up and carry on. It's around 3:30 now in the afternoon. I'm a little worried about the rain and what could happen in case it rained, with bad roads and poor light and all these things combined together, and that too afternoon. It's going to be a bit of a challenge, but that's what life is all about, isn't it? Wow, we're going into some dense fog. Oops. So the challenges are multiplying. Riding in this fog without visibility is going to be kind of tough, especially on these single lane roads. Oh boy, I have to slow it down considerably. It's getting colder as well. I just hope it doesn't rain. There's a viewpoint up here, but I don't think there is anything to see today because the view is completely fogged out. Oh, I think there's snow around here. Oh boy, I can see snow on patches here and there. See, it's here. It's here. I don't want to turn my head because I don't know what's coming at me from the other side. To see this one, look at that. I think that is Loch Carron. Oh my goodness. This is spectacular. I wonder whether you can get a picture. Look at that. It's foggy, misty, but right down there it looks sunny. We better find a fuel stop quickly. I've done about 120 miles on this since morning. But since these places are remote, that fueling station in Applecross didn't let us fuel. For some reason it kept rejecting the card. Every card I used, it said card not valid. So I had no choice. It's an unmanned station, so there's no way you can pay cash and pay for it. I think if we get down, the rain wouldn't hit us. It's only somewhere here that it seems to be cloudy. Right down there it is sunny, so it's a passing clouds. It's raining now, slightly drizzling. Better start rushing down. Our stop for the night is a place called Fort Augustus, which is another 2 hours from here. But that's okay. Once we leave Loch Carron, it will then be very good roads. And again, the petrol station there is a 24-hour petrol station, but that refused to accept the card. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because it's not the one issued in the UK. But the lady there said that there's another one that is manned and we can pay with cash if we don't take cards, and that's just a mile away. So we're going to go take a look at that. I'm quite surprised at how friendly all the people are. I didn't get that element of friendliness in England. But here in Scotland, they're pretty uniformly friendly. Everyone is ready to help. They smile at you. They pass you by on the street. They smile at you. So that's very interesting. This is the one. I wonder whether this is more expensive than that. No, it's only 165. So that's fine. Okay. So we got our fuel now. The next stop is Fort Augustus, which is a 2-hour ride from here. Maybe less than 2 hours. 1 hour 45 minutes. Yay! I've finished the NC500. Just got back. I'm at my place where I'm going to stay for the night, close to Inverness. So that's the whole loop. It starts from Inverness and comes back to Inverness. Fantastic riding, and the weather was also fabulous. And I think Ajisho came from Abu Dhabi, came with a full bag of sunshine and spread it around very liberally. So I'm really happy about it. Now after tomorrow we will head down towards Glasgow and then further down south into England, back into England, and then it will be the Lake District National Park, and that's the plan. So it's wonderful to be here, and we'll see you on the road from here on. We are maybe about 5 kilometers away from Inverness. Let me show you where I'm staying. It's like a drive-in room. You just come, pull up the bike right here, which I did, and although this is not the way it's supposed to be, there's a car park behind there and I'm supposed to put it there, and this is the room, so I can just come in here and just drag my stuff inside. Very easy to pack and move, bring in, bring out. It's right next to the street. It's great to be in a warm place in the evening after a cold day riding 300 kilometers plus.